My name is Richard Kelton, and I was blamed for a murder I did not commit. According to the Princess Osenne, I murdered her brother. I, being 10 at the time, did no such thing, but since I was near him when she found him, I was accused, and being from a lesser family, I had no alternative but to run. My father had a friend take me, and we fled. I've been in hiding for the last 10 years, but it's time to stop hiding. It's time to find the truth about who truly killed the prince that day in the forest. And most importantly, it's time to get revenge on the person responsible for destroying my life. The newly crowned queen, Osenne. I arrive in Herondine, a small village of little importance, where I can get some information, and hopefully some allies for the coming conflict. I find the village elder, Dobron Yorklin, and ask if I can set up residence in the village. He staunchly refuses, not wanting this random man who he knows nothing about stay in the village. He does, however, grant me the privilege of setting up camp anywhere beyond the boundaries of Herondine. Perhaps if I come back tomorrow, he'll be more willing to talk with me. On my search for a campsite, I find an apprentice craftsman named Igor Folk. It seems during a competition he sabotaged another blacksmith and was expelled from his village. He is now on the hard road to redemption, and I am drawn to this man. Though our beginnings are different, we walk the same path. I plan to start my camp in future village near Igor, and with his help, together, we will both find redemption. Having been on the run for 10 years, you get used to living off the land, something most nobility would know nothing about. My humble dwelling, made of branches, flax, and leaves, would be scoffed at by their ilk. The fools. This is but the first step of my road to revenge. Roasted mushrooms, my first meal in this land. Not the most hearty of meals, but it would placate my hunger for the night. Someday, banquets will be held here. Someday, there will be peace and justice in this land. But not this day. Enjoy this night, Queen Osenne. From now on, they are numbered. The second morning of my revenge, I was awoken by the cold, soggy embrace of a rain-soaked floor. But today is not for sulking in the rain. Today I must return to Herondine and speak with the elder and persuade him to help me. It seems banditry is a plague on these lands. The local lord must not care as long as their subjects pay their taxes. I will cure this plague, once I find loyal subjects who wish to be rid of the shackles of despotism. I find Elder Yorklin standing in the same place I left him yesterday. The man's feet must be terribly sore. I learn that he's not willing to help me until I prove myself trustworthy. I wish he was more blind in his trust, but it looks like he's not as incompetent as he seems. He gives me the task of talking to the village hunter and acquiring some rabbit traps and fur if possible. If I complete this task, and it sounds like others, he may be willing to help me. I find the hunter named Lubomir Netterby and learn that he hates Elder Yorklin with the fury of 1,000 suns, and he has no intention of returning to Herondine. In his ramblings about the injustice done to him by Yorklin, I learn the name of the local lord, Ashbourne. It seems Lord Ashbourne uses brigands to keep the villages in check. The foul cur. He and his brigands shall be the first hurdle on my road to revenge. Oh wait, is he done talking? Lubomir proposes that he teach me how to make the traps Yorklin wants, and that he will join my camp. I'm dumbfounded that this man will teach me, and then join my camp. How could I not accept such an impetuous offer? I accepted immediately before he learned the folly of his proposition. Bandits. In order to bring prosperity to this land, they had to be dealt with. Having not been tested in battle, I gave them a wide berth earlier. But with the odds being 2 against 2, I believe we will prevail. Disappointing. It seems my fear stemmed from my own inexperience. These bandits were unarmored, untrained, and posed little threat to me, but nonetheless, they will all be dealt with. The first order of business when we returned to camp was to build Lubomir a home. The man was already proving his worth by not only building his own home, but cooking as well. I'm sure anyone within a league of our camp could smell the pungent aroma of roasted mushrooms. We may be only 2 now, but eventually we will build a village, and then a kingdom. Remember, Queen Osenne and Lord Ashbourne, your days are numbered.